Good evening, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. Obviously, I'm sure majority of you are watching the UEFA Champions League, which is back on. So, if you guys aren't, the scores are 2-0, 2-0 to Real Madrid at the Bernabeu against Liverpool, and City's winning 1-0 against Borussia Dortmund. Anyway, today's video, the headline that caught my eye was obviously Gary Neville coming out. Am I sitting right? I feel like I need to be a bit more sensitive. Yeah, Gary Neville coming out and basically saying in a nutshell, I'll quote him now, but basically saying in a nutshell that that Manchester United sent Lingard off to West Ham, obviously to boost his price to sell him, but it looks as if obviously he's doing quite well, and they might want him back, and he's not far fetched. I've heard reports recently, murmurs, not like official reports, but murmurs that United might want him back, and I think I, I personally feel that he needs to be sold, just because these, as I always say, there's pieces of the puzzle of the team that's broken, and the biggest issue with the team is obviously the centre pairing, the McFred, that needs to change next season. Um, but yeah, so before I quote, don't forget to like this video, guys. Don't forget, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to leave a comment on anything that's discussed in the video. I'd like to hear from you guys. But anyway, Gary Neville says he's a really good player. He's going to have a great career. Manchester United have sent him to West Ham to boost his career, maybe with the thought of boosting his price tag, but they might think actually we might want him back. He could be real help to us. And Lingard had a hot and cold career at Manchester United, like a serious hot and cold career at Manchester United. The only, to my memory, the only time I really remember him like actually flourishing was that December period of under I'm not sure which season it was, but there was a December period where he was one of Manchester United's best players under Jose Mourinho. That to me is the only real period I remember him like maybe even giving himself a chance. Obviously, he's had quite a bit of off-field issues, family issues, and I'm not some like real personal issues. Obviously, I'm not going to get into that. I haven't done enough research on that, but he seems to be in a new environment and he seems to be flourishing now. Whether he's a Manchester United player or not, it's obviously up to debate. I think he'll be a great squad player. He'll be one of the best squad players, one player to bring on if the game's not going well, a kind of player you can maybe bring on in 60th, 70th minute. But to win titles, I don't know if he's that player, and it's obviously a risk that the club and all is going to have to take. But me personally, I think the team still needs to be built, and unfortunately, there's areas of the team that's broken, and before we can even look at squad players, we need to look at actually fixing that first team. And I'm a big fan of Jessie. I mean, it was a bit sad when he did go on loan. Obviously, he's been at the club for many years, and it's a bit sad, but we have to be real with ourselves here, guys. Like I don't know if he's gonna step up, because playing for West Ham is different than playing for Manchester United. For West Ham, chances are week in, week out, you're going to have to play the low block as West Ham United. No offense to West Ham United, it's just the way it is. When you're playing for Manchester United, okay, so there's two issues there. When you're playing for Manchester United, the first issue is you, more often than not, you are going to have to break down a team. And if you're going to have to break down a team, if you high up on the pitch, there's going to be less seconds on the ball, not even minutes, less seconds on the ball, especially if you're in an attacking position. And the other thing is you're going to have players pressing you from their box, and not one player, a few players. I mean, if they know you're dangerous, the game plan's going to be to get onto you. And that's one of my concerns for JLingz is he could just be a West Ham player, and he could be a brilliant player in a midfield, in a mid-table team. But Manchester United, it's a totally different ballgame. I mean, Manchester United's trying to compete with Manchester City, not at board level. I still need to be convinced. There's been a lot going on, but not at board level, definitely not. But not to say they haven't spent money, but it's been poor from their side. But I'm sure Ollie would like to win the league. I don't doubt that. And obviously the fans put so much pressure on the club. Not that the board or owners listen, but yeah. So just a bit more on Jessie. His current contract ends in 2022, and he's on 75,000 a week. And if he does come back to United, he's going to be in his last season, and obviously him being in his last season, which will be next season, that's going to be an issue, because there's going to have to be contract talks. So I think it was the perfect time to send him on loan. There's not much pressure at the moment. Jessie is a guy who loves Manchester United. I think we all know that. But just when he does come back next season, they're going to have to sort out his contract in the summer. I don't think it will be the most difficult contract to sort out, but they're going to have to do it. And if they're going to keep him, I just hope that it's not at, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not at costing fixing the rest of the team. Then I'll take Jessie back, but I just think there's issues with the team that needs to be resolved, and that comes over. I think that's more important than keeping JLingz, just because I don't think, or I'm not confident enough to say he's a first team player to go and win us the title. Another issue with Jessie, I know earlier I said there's two issues. I actually only mentioned one. Another issue with Jessie is his preferred position is central attacking midfield, and we have Bruno there, and Van der Beek sometimes plays there, and everybody knows when Van der Beek plays there. Van der Beek's intelligent, but he's not the type of 10 that suits Manchester United, which I was happy. You see, Van der Beek, he needs players closer to him. He's a brilliant footballer, but he lacks game time, and he needs players close to him. And he's that kind of number 10, you know, quick passing, quick 1-2s here and there. He's not. Bruno's like a risk taker. Like Bruno works hard. If you watch games and McFred isn't working, you'll see Bruno so deep, because he always wants the ball and he's a hard worker. Where Van der Beek, I'm not saying he doesn't work hard, but he needs players close to him. He needs players that's going to play with him, and that is how Van der Beek plays. So I was happy to see Van der Beek and Bruno on the field the other day. Van der Beek also looked happier. He just looked happier to be on the field with Bruno. I mean, in previous games he looked like a ghost, like he was barely there. But now the weekend when he played, he just looked happy. He was on the field with was Pogba on the field? I'm not sure, but Bruno was on the field, and Van der Beek just looked a different player, a different class. And what Ollie should just, like, I know you don't want to take Bruno out of that that number 10 position. I don't think anybody wants him to. Well, there's people out there, which, let me not get into that, but yeah, so he needs to find a way to play both of them, especially against a low block team. I mean, I'm sure he can fit them both into that team with Pogba. I have no doubt in my mind, but I think Ollie will have a much better time if he buys a CDM, and for me, a CDM will be priority. I don't. There's talks of a CDM, but I don't know if it's priority. I know, like, there's been a lot of talk about the strike position. Obviously, Greenwood. He's young, to say the least. He's young, slightly inexperienced. He's been playing a lot. I mean, past 2 seasons. Hats off to Ollie for giving him that opportunity, and also hats off to Greenwood for taking it. He's really taking his opportunity. And then obviously Cavani, his father has been talking a lot. I don't know if he's been speaking, but his father's been speaking, and obviously there's rumors here and there. I don't know how true they are, but he's gonna go. He's gonna go to Boca Juniors, and so I understand the striker, but for me, I'll spend the money on the centre back and a centre back and a CDM. And I've said this before. You guys should know my thoughts on it. I think Kunde and Kunde next to Maguire, that will be. I think that will build up to be a great partnership, and that's what United need. They need a great centre back partnership. I mean, with Luke Shaw there and Adam Wan-Bissaka on the right. I think Adam Wan-Bissaka he has a lot to prove still, but I don't think he's the player that you want to be. I don't think he's not too much of a concern. Like, he can get up the field, he can put in a cross. He just needs to do it more consistently, and hopefully next season. I mean, we've seen it this season. We haven't seen it 100% of the time, but I also think that's on Ollie or Carrick. I don't think it's 100% on him, even though it's not his strength. But in the Brighton game, we saw him get on his bike, we saw him get up the field, and we've seen it previously in previous games. So I think he has a lot to learn, but I don't think he's the position that the team needs to be challenging at the moment. I mean, he's solid defensively. He's one of the best at one-on-ones. He's definitely one of the best, and he just needs to improve himself going forward. And in other news, because I didn't think there would be so much to report to on a fucking Tuesday. What? It's a Tuesday. On a fucking Tuesday. I didn't think, but Manchester United, for this squad coming up, or for the team, I think it's for the team, there's a youngster. He's a left winger, another left winger. I mean, we have Anthony Martial that plays there. We have Rashford that plays there. James is actually a left winger. So there's another left winger. He's a youngster. He's 18 years old. Anthony Elanga. I think I'm saying that right. No disrespect to him if I'm saying it wrong. But he's from my understanding, he's going to be traveling with the team for the Europa League game. So he's a left winger, like I said. He signed a contract about a month ago, a first team contract about a month ago, and Ollie's giving another youngster a go, and I have no issue. I have no issue with Ollie giving the youngsters a go. I just like to see them like not just play one game, like especially when I'm saying this, I'm especially referring to Diallo. Like Diallo and Twanzebe, these are the two players that I would have liked to see get more game, and I think they've been wasted slightly. Just these two players. I think the other youngsters, okay, fine. Like they're not ready. They like, but I feel like Twanzebe and Diallo. I feel like Twanzebe and Diallo should have been given like maybe 2, 3, 4, even 5 games. Like not full games, just coming on 15 minutes a year. Just like I feel like they have something to give, as young and as inexperienced as they are. And if you guys think so too, please let me know down in the comments. I think those two players definitely should have had more opportunity and in their position. I mean, Twanzebe, he fucked up. I know lots of people are going to be pointing out to the fact that he has been given opportunity and he's done great, and he's also fucked up. But I mean, he's young, and I think he has a lot of potential. He is, as far as I know, he is a bit of an injury crisis player, another one. But I honestly think Twanzebe should have been given more opportunity. And Diallo, he came on, he took his goal, and then he went missing, and that is the problem I have with Ollie. I just think there's those two youngsters. They need to have been given more game time. And then the last thing I want to talk about is you guys liking and subscribing to the channel and the video. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is there's been reports lately about Van der Beek. Well, who even knows about Van der Beek? Like, he himself comes out all the time saying that he's been patient and he's been happy, and I feel like we should trust the player, because we don't see Pogba doing that, we don't see anybody else doing that, but Van der Beek has come out himself and he has said that. And the Netherlands coach, don't know, what's his name now, Frank de Boer, he's also came out and he's also stood behind Van der Beek, and he's also said like he'll get his opportunity and it's not easy. So like there's been, from the player and his international coach, there's been a lot of positives. However, Manchester Evening News has reported that Manchester United is looking for a replacement for Van der Beek, with there have been talks of him leaving, and there has been reports of him leaving, but like I said, like the player himself has said he's happy, and he just needs to be patient and wait for his opportunity. So I'm not sure how true that is. However, if he does leave, Manchester United will be looking at Inter Milan player. Let me just double check. Sorry, man, guys. Inter Milan player. Oh, AC Roma. AC Roma player who goes by the name of Nikolai Zanola. Or I'm not Italian or French. But anyway, this guy is a central attacking midfielder, and he's also a right winger. So his main position is to play down the middle, which Bruno plays there. Let's be real, he's not going to play there, but hopefully he'll be willing to play on the right. You know, there'll be some interchange. I mean, Bruno can play on the flanks as well. We saw it at the weekend. He was playing on the left, but Bruno can easily play on the right. Let's be real, that Bruno's brilliant there's supporters out there. There's supporters out there that don't rate him, and I understand he gives the ball away, but he's a risk taker, and sometimes he needs to cool it down. I totally get that, but if he doesn't take those risks, he doesn't create the goals that he creates. And who else is creating? Who else? Please tell me, because Rashford is running into brick walls. Nothing against Rashford. Like, he's a hungry player to score goals. He's a striker playing on the left. He needs to just provide more assist. I have nothing against him. Don't ridicule me over that. And yeah, so if we can get somebody that can play on the right wing, that's got that creative spark, I'll take them with open arms. And I don't understand why Bruno's not playing there. I mean, Mata plays there. Why not play Bruno there? I mean, is it not the same thing? He's not the most spacey player, but I'm sure with Ollie's man management, he sits him down and says, you're not going to play number 8. You're not going to play number 6 either. You're not going to play number 10. But you can play on the right wing. And I'm sure, like, he just seems like the kind of guy that will take that on. I mean, I personally don't doubt it. He seems like he's a great guy. I don't know him. None of us know him. But just like the way he conducts himself on the football pitch, the way he conducts himself in the media, he just seems like he's a good guy. And I'm sure if Ollie will just sit him down and be like, listen here, like I said, you're not gonna play in the central mid. He can play there, but back to my point, there needs to be a CDM with him. I mean, I don't think Van Beek's the most defensive player. He's obviously not gonna play number 10. Bruno's there, so give him a run on the wing. I mean, I'm sure it'll work. And if Pogba leaves, he's been getting game. He's happy, and I know Ollie doesn't play this way, but we can really do with a player that's interested in keeping the ball high up on the pitch. Like, we keep the ball well. We keep the ball well, but it rotates. Sometimes it rotates a bit too much, and I think, like, I have something that's in my teeth. We rotate the ball well. Sometimes it's annoying because you want to have the ball just slightly higher, put the team under slight pressure, passing through the lines, kind of thing. I think Bruno and Van der Beek, and Pogba, like, those guys, they will do that in his sleep, and Rashford as well. Rashford can also play the 1-2, and I just think that against the low block, having that extra creative player will really help. And I think Ollie doesn't really need to go into the market. There's James, and James who needs to maybe. If I'm James, I'm crossing the ball all fucking day. I'm putting like a fucking dummy in the box or something, and I'm just crossing the ball, trying to hit it all the time, and prove to Ollie that he's that guy. He's the guy that's going to provide the assists. And then obviously he's going to have a chat with the strikers, because that's just how it works. But he needs to be providing. He's great at understanding the role as a winger, because he is a natural winger, where Rashford, Greenwood, Marshall, they aren't. So they inverted forwards, but he's a winger, and he's the only one we have. I think he gets a bit too much stick. I understand sometimes he doesn't have that creative spark. That's what I'm saying. He should just work on crossing the ball. Just fucking cross the ball. Cross it from deep. Cross it the whole day. Go to training. Cross the ball. Like, he just needs to. If he can find the strikers all the time, he will cement his position in the team. And then obviously you'll have him with the pace, and you can have Van der Beek, who can maybe be that clever technical player playing out on the right, like Mata has played there. I'm just thinking of ways where Oli can improve the team without doing too much in the transfer window, without relying too much on the board. For me, it has to be the centre back and the CDM, and I think if Oli can get the board to sort those two positions out, I think the attack will take care of itself, as it has this season, as it has last season. I mean, Martial hopefully can come back to form. Greenwood, just play him down the middle all season next season. Just give him. I understand Martial's going to be upset. Oli must just manage that, but Martial needs to go back onto the left. He's had a terrible season. Last season he had a great season. This season not so great. But I mean, tell him that, and like get Greenwood maybe in the rotation with Martial down the middle, or go out and get a new striker. But you can only do, I think, you can only go out and get a new striker once you sort out the midfield firstly. Our midfield's terrible. Don't tell me anything else. And our central defensive pairing, it's not the worst, but it's better than it looks. And that's all I'm going to say on that central defensive pairing. And obviously De Gea is also going, so I don't know. This summer, it could be disappointing. There's a lot to do. There's players that's on the last year of the contract. There's talks of extending Mata's contract. So there's a lot going on, and obviously I'll keep you guys updated. You don't have to go read or go look for the stuff. I'll keep you guys updated, and let me know what you guys think. What more you want me to talk about? What more you want me to touch on? What you want from the channel? I mean, we're a small channel. We're not a big channel, so you guys can have your influence early in on this channel, and grow with us. Don't forget to subscribe, like the channel. It will be much appreciated, and thanks for the support so far. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know, probably. Yeah, peace.